Imagine waking up from your sleep only to find the lifeless body of your deceased grandfather lying beside you on the bed, his hollow eyes silently watching you, frozen in time. Imagine attending a wedding, but amidst the laughter, the music, the celebration, there is something else, a presence, unnatural, unsettling. The corpses of deceased ancestors sit motionless on the chairs, their empty gazes fixed on the bride and groom, as if they never left. In this video, we won't just talk about the dead who never die. We will uncover the chilling secrets of haunted marriages, the eerie burial rituals of innocent children, and the forbidden ceremonies said to open the gates to the other side. Are you ready to step into the unknown?
Top mysteries.
There was a young man named Michael. An adventurer by nature, he could never rest until he uncovered the truth himself. He had heard many stories about the mysterious Toraja tribe, a tribe surrounded by legends where it is said that those who approach them witness things beyond imagination. Michael couldn't resist his deadly curiosity, so he decided to travel to the heart of the unknown jungle, where this tribe lived in complete isolation, hidden from the eyes of the world. But he had no idea that he was about to witness 4 shocking scenes, mysterious events, terrifying truths, and things that would change his perspective on life forever. What did Michael see? And what is the secret of this unknown tribe? Get ready, because you're about to uncover some of the strangest secrets ever known. But beware, some truths may be too disturbing for your mind to handle. Why do trees become graves? In most cultures, children are buried in the ground, but in Toraja, infants who die before their teeth grow are not buried at all. Instead, they are placed inside tree trunks. A sacred tree is chosen, one believed to hold the spirit of life, and a small cavity is carved into it. The infant is gently placed inside the hollow, then sealed with leaves and natural fibers. Over time, the child's body fuses with the tree, and it is said that their spirit returns to life through the roots and leaves. Child who never disappeared. Years ago, a child was laid to rest inside one of these sacred trees, but months later, a tiny hand appeared, emerging from the bark. Locals swore they saw the child moving inside the trunk. Some believe his soul refused to leave, while others say the tree absorbed his energy, turning him into part of itself. Since that day, no one dares to go near that tree, because at night, they hear the sound of crying, echoing in the darkness. Could it be that the children buried inside trees are still trapped between life and death? 2 eyes. Do human sacrifices still happen today? Deep within the Toraja Mountains, ancient temples stand, dedicated to gods that feed on blood. In the past, it was believed that these gods demanded human blood, and slaves or prisoners were sacrificed to satisfy their hunger. Today, the rituals are less savage, but some priests still insist on offering massive animal sacrifices to appease the divine forces. Whispers persist that certain families still believe that offering the blood of a loved one in cases of severe illness can bring miraculous healing, the curse of the last sacrifice. In 1923, a priest named Simbo warned the villagers, "If you do not feed the god will feed on you." They laughed until a young girl was found dead, her body completely drained of blood. Simbo challenged the god himself, standing before the altar, shouting, "Take me if you truly exist." By morning, his body was found floating mid-air, his eyes frozen in pure terror, and his blood had formed strange, unreadable symbols. Then, his corpse vanished. To this day, villagers swear they hear whispers at night, and sometimes They see Simbo walking among the trees, his lifeless smile frozen in place, as if he's searching for a new sacrifice. If you ever visit Toraja and hear the whispers, don't look back. You might be next. Would you accept to get married in front of the spirits of your ancestors? In our societies, marriage marks the beginning of a new life. But in Toraja, a wedding cannot take place without the blessing of the dead. The bride and groom must perform sacred rituals in front of the corpses of their deceased ancestors who are taken out of their resting places to witness the ceremony. In some cases, the wedding can still happen, even if one of the partners has died. If the bride dies before the wedding, the marriage is not canceled, but instead, the groom weds her corpse. The bride is mummified, dressed in a white wedding gown, and the groom proceeds with the ceremony as if she were still alive. The bride who came back to life. In a remote village, a young woman died just days before her wedding, but the groom insisted on marrying her, despite her death. On the wedding night, the groom sat beside her, talking to her, as if she were still alive. Suddenly, the bride opened her eyes and whispered his name. The man went insane, screaming that his wife had come back from the dead. But by morning, the corpse was still lifeless, as if nothing had ever happened. Was it just a hallucination? Or did her soul return to life for a brief moment? One night, a young man decided to challenge the sacred traditions and entered the temple alone, determined to uncover the truth about the rituals. Hours later, his screams echoed through the mountains, sending fear through the village. When the villagers arrived, they found him, his eyes wide open, staring into nothing. His body never moved again after that night, as if he had turned into a living statue. The priest whispered that he had seen the god, and his soul was taken as punishment for his defiance. Was this just a mysterious accident, or is there an unseen force protecting these rituals, even today? The woman who woke up from the dead. In a remote village, a family kept the body of their elderly grandmother for 3 years, until one day, something unthinkable happened. As her granddaughter gently cleaned her face, the grandmother's eyes snapped open. The family froze in terror until the old woman spoke in an eerie voice. "You should not have left me here for so long." Moments later, she collapsed, lifeless once again. Was this just an illusion? Or do some spirits linger, trapped between life and death? The man who returned to bury himself. One of the most chilling stories told in Toraja is about the man who walked to his own grave. After his body was mummified, villagers saw him walking toward his burial site. On his own, his steps were slow. His eyes remained open, staring into the void. Some witnesses swore they saw him move, while others believed the priests used dark magic to make the corpse walk again. But the real question is, what if he never made it to his grave? What if he decided to stay? Why don't the bodies decay quickly? When we compare their rituals to the ancient Egyptian mummification process, the similarities are astonishing. For the people of Toraja, mummification is not just a practice, it's a bridge between life and death. Unlike in other cultures, the dead are not buried immediately. Instead, they remain in the family home for months, even years, as their loved ones prepare for an elaborate funeral, or Eid. In ancient Egypt, mummification served a different purpose. The Egyptians believed that preserving the body was essential for the soul's journey to the afterlife. The deceased were placed in hidden tombs or grand pyramids, while priests performed sacred rites to ensure safe passage beyond death. But here's where things get truly fascinating. In Toraja, a mysterious blend of herbs is said to prevent the body from decomposing. Some corpses have remained intact for over 30 years, without any artificial preservation. Scientists have studied these bodies, Yet the full secret of this ancient tradition remains unknown. Could there be an undiscovered formula, one that has kept the dead looking eerily lifelike for decades? Perhaps some mysteries were never meant to be solved. The psychological and social reasons behind these mysterious rituals. From an outsider's perspective, these customs may seem eerie, but they carry deep meanings within the Torajan culture. Psychological and social reasons. 1. Deep emotional connection. In Toraja, death is not seen as an end, but as a transitional phase. Keeping the body helps families gradually accept the loss without experiencing sudden grief. The dead remain part of daily life, making mourning less painful. 2. Social and economic status. A proper burial in Toraja requires grand funeral ceremonies that demand immense financial resources. Some families take years to save enough money to hold a funeral worthy of the deceased's status. The longer the funeral is delayed, the greater the family's prestige, as it symbolizes their love and respect for the dead. 3. Fear of angry spirits. Locals believe that the soul lingers in the body for a long time, and if not honored properly, it may become a vengeful spirit that harms the living. This is why the dead are treated with love and respect, as if they were still present. Would you dare to visit Toraja and witness these ancient rituals firsthand? What if they were right? We see these rituals as something strange, but what if we also have unusual customs without realizing it? We visit graves, place flowers, and believe that the spirits of the dead may return in dreams, or at certain times. The only difference is that the Torajans live with the dead, while we bury them far away. But the real question is, what if death isn't the end? What if the spirits of the dead are still among us, just waiting for the right moment to reveal themselves? Do you think these rituals are just ancient traditions? Or are there secrets yet to be uncovered? Share your thoughts in the comments, and if you want more mysterious stories, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications, because what's coming next will be even more terrifying.